Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
With locations in Chippenville and Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. Do you like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Eisenhower High School. We're at the Pasture of Pain tonight, where on the YDL Sports Network, we've got a District 10 battle between the visiting Blue Devils of Cambridge Springs and the homestanding Knights of Eisenhower. This is high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Welcome on into the Rehab Center pregame show. Brian Hagberg and Cody Elms here with you for the YDL Sports Network. Do want to let you know that the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg was voted #1 in Pennsylvania for waterfront restaurants. Stop on down and find out why. Make a reservation today at AlleghenyGrill.com. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Again, this is the Rehab Center pregame show. Visit them online at therehabcenters.com. That's center spelled the old English way with an R-E-S. And we are on the drive to the game, powered by Warren Tire Center. Warren Tire Center, make sure you get to the game in comfort. Visit them online at warrentirecenter.com. And Cody, should it be an interesting matchup here tonight between Cambridge Springs and Eisenhower? Both teams coming off a week 1 victory. It's the home opener for the Knights, so you got to expect Eisenhower maybe going to come out with a little bit of juice. And if last week was any indication, I expect we're going to see a whole lot of running football here this evening.
I think we'll see running football, tough defenses, and two teams that want to prove that they're week one victories were no fluke, and both teams had pretty substantial week one victories too. So this should be a pretty interesting matchup to see exactly where they lie on the rankings.
And this was definitely one of the better contests of the regular season last year. These teams met just under a year ago, September 24th in 2021. Eisenhower came away with a 14-0 victory over Cambridge Springs. Benji Bauer in that game, 15 carries for 90 yards and a score. Sean Pascuzzi had a pick six, and the Eisenhower defense allowed just 101 total yards. It was also kind of a mark or a key moment for Eisenhower going forward. That was Sean Pascuzzi's first varsity start at quarterback for the Knights a year ago.
Yeah, it was. And that was one thing I was going to highlight tonight, was that it'll be interesting to see Pascuzzi's progress as a quarterback. He was kind of thrown into the position, and we saw a little bit of it last year. He started to get more comfortable, but like anybody, any young quarterback, he was a little skittish back there. I don't expect to see that this year. I think he's comfortable. I think he's ready to rock and roll, and I think we'll see him as a true quarterback this season.
Taking a look at the Blue Devils of Cambridge Springs, like we said, come in 1-0, had a 35-18 victory over Kennedy Catholic last week. As a team, Cambridge Springs rushed 56 times for 386 yards. They had 4 players with at least 7 carries in that game. But on the flip side, they gave up some yards on the ground, especially to Kennedy Catholic quarterback Samir Wade, 16 carries, 196 yards, and a couple of touchdowns in that win over Kennedy Catholic last week.
And that's where Eisenhower can take advantage. Just as easily as Cambridge Springs could control this game with the running game. Eisenhower certainly can as well, because they're no slouch when it comes to running. Benji Bauer had 12 carries, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Tucker Lindell has 6 carries, 25 yards, and a touchdown. So they are certainly capable of taking advantage of poor run defense.
And for Eisenhower last week, a big revenge game win over Cochranton, 41-0. The Eisenhower defense pitches a shutout, and they, until the final minutes of that game, had limited the Cardinals, so I believe it was 14 yards of total offense. So really just a dominating effort all around for the Knights a week ago. You know, the one thing Cochranton was able to do a little bit, though, was shut down from a carry perspective the speedster Keegan Ekstrom, 5 carries, just 24 yards. But he did manage to get off a 70-yard punt return.
Well, that's the benefit of having a kid like Ekstrom on your team, is if you can't utilize him in your running game, there's other facets of the game that you can certainly use him in, whether it's swing passes or in special teams. He's going to get you sooner or later with that speed.
And that was something we saw, covering this team a number of times a year ago. It seemed like at least once in every game, he broke open a big play, 20-plus yard run, a long catch, a kickoff return, a punt return, something at some point in almost every one of those games that we were at. He had one big play, and it seemed like those big plays led to more offense for the Knights.
Oh, absolutely. I always view, when you have a player like Ekstrom, it's kind of the equivalent of having a turnover in a game, because you can get that kick return at the 20-yard line, and just like that, the field's flipped. He's at the opponent's 20-yard line, and to me, it's no different than recovering a fumble or getting an interception. Having a guy like Ekstrom on your team certainly gives you an advantage to strike fast.
And I do want to take a second to let you know our game stream, as always, is brought to you by the Computer Guru in the Leaper. Visit them online at computerguru.net. And you are in the Park Avenue Motorcar broadcast booth. Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motorcar. Call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motorcar, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years. And again, the Knights, we talk about the quarterback play and the progression of Sean Pascuzzi from a year ago against this Cambridge Springs team. But one of the things they've been able to lean on has been a heavy dose of that run game over the last year plus, especially with Benji Bauer, been a true workhorse in the backfield for him. 12 carries a week ago, 133 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, and Bauer's the opposite of Ekstrom. He's not the guy that we have seen him break loose for some big runs, but he's the guy that will just pound you for 4 yards a carry, 5 yards a carry. And then next thing you know, after 12 minutes has been run off and you're into the next quarter, he's down at the 5-yard line, still amped up and ready to go, and your defense is sucking wind.
And again, he's just one of those kids. And, we hear a lot about sports specialization in this day and age. And Benji Bauer, phenomenal wrestler for the Knights as well. And I'm sure his coaches will say there's a lot of that ability to churn out those tough yards comes from, all that legwork and keeping himself grounded on the mat. Makes him harder to take down when he's running the ball in the open field.
Well, as we know, wrestlers shoot. So when you're a running back, you got to stay low. So he's very used to keeping his balance and staying low and powering through and driving his feet. I mean, everything that you would want in a power running back, Benji Bauer has and utilizes in multiple sports, which only benefits Penley tonight.
And now, looking at Cambridge Springs, again, we mentioned they had 4 players with at least 7 carries, but had a workhorse back of their own a week ago in Van Jones, 24 carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown for the Blue Devils in that win over Kennedy Catholic. Josh Gordon and Brett Kenya also over 80 yards in that contest. So certainly the Blue Devils demonstrated they're equally up to the task when it comes to running the ball.
Yeah, and that's the same thing for the Blue Devils. When you have running backs that you're utilizing 4 or 5 different running backs and your quarterback and just different weapons, you're able to keep pounding that defense, you're going to wear them down. It's up to Eisenhower and specifically Jim Penley to rotate defensive players in and keep guys fresh, keep them on their toes so you don't have anybody slacking on a play that then can lead to a big carry or a touchdown.
And again, only attempted 10 passes last week did Cambridge Springs quarterback Morgan Appleby, 3 of 10, 48 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Also had 8 carries for 31 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think that's something that we can see again from both of these quarterbacks. Before Pascuzzi took over, he was a starting tailback a year ago. And so certainly both quarterbacks have demonstrated that they're fully capable of tucking it and running it if the play breaks down, they get some pressure in their face. So something to keep an eye on tonight for both teams.
Oh, certainly. Both teams are so similar in the way that their rosters are built that really anything that we say about one team can certainly be applied to the other. And I think that the limited number of passing plays that each team will do might make the difference in what way this game goes, because how the defense is able to handle those passes, pressure the quarterback who doesn't drop back often, it could really be a difference in what direction this game ends up.
All right, with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with our players to watch and keys to the game. This is the Rehab Center pregame show, high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School, just over 6 minutes away from the opening kickoff here between Cambridge Springs and Eisenhower in this District 10 contest. Cambridge Springs, a Region 1 team, Eisenhower in Region 2. So non-region, as you see the Blue Devils taking the field here at Eisenhower. And we're going to take a look at our players to watch, powered by All-American Awards and Engraving. All-American Awards and Engraving can put almost anything on almost everything. Visit them online at allamericanhq.com.
So for Cambridge Springs, my players to watch, I really could say all of the running backs. I'll specifically say Van Jones since he is their leading rusher currently, but really all of their running backs are going to be a huge reason why Cambridge Springs is able to be successful tonight. If they're able to rotate those running backs in like it seems they like to do, keep fresh legs back there, I think Eisenhower is going to have a really tough time handling the plethora of athletic ability coming out of the backfield. On the Eisenhower side, Sean Pascuzzi. I mean, this was his first start, and I'm sure that he is going to put a lot of pressure on himself to be successful 1 year later, to prove that he's the right choice and in the right position. He was a great running back, but quarterback carries a little bit more prestige and leadership role with it. So I think Sean Pascuzzi is going to be a player to watch for Eisenhower.
All right, those are our players to watch. Brought to you by All-American Awards and Engraving. Visit them online, allamericanhq.com. It is now time for the national anthem. And that was the Eisenhower Knights Marching Band with tonight's national anthem. And they are going to play the alma mater. And while they do that, we're going to look at Cody's Keys to the Game, brought to you by the Warren County Visitors Bureau, Pennsylvania's all-season destination. Warren County, simple, pure, real.
So my keys to the game for the Knights, for the Blue Devils is offensively, beat them down. I think that's their way to victory. If they can utilize both the quarterback and the running backs to just do what they did last week, successfully have a run game throughout the night, and doing so tonight might result in some early success, which will open up obviously some other options in the playbook. For the Knights, I think their keys to the game is to counter that. They need to figure out a way on how to handle the running back rotation for the Devils and try to stay fresh and try to stay healthy and try to stay on their toes, because like I said earlier, any lapse in play is probably going to bite them.
All right, those are our keys to the game, brought to you by the Warren County Visitors Bureau. Again, Warren County, simple, pure, real. And that's going to just about do it for the Rehab Center pregame show here from Eisenhower. As you can see, the players are at midfield for the coin toss. It is Cambridge Springs winning the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So we assume the Knights will receive here, as the official does give that indication. And we're going to take a quick break and be right back with our Elwood National Forge first quarter. This is high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com. And we are just about set to start the first quarter here. Tonight's District 10 matchup, visiting Cambridge Springs, taking on homestanding Eisenhower. Cambridge Springs won the toss, elected to defer, so the Knights will receive. It is Keegan Ekstrom back deep for the Knights.
Ekstrom back deep.
And let's see, it looks like that is number 2, Bryce Kania, going to kick it for the Blue Devils. And they are set. The whistle blows. And we are underway here from Eisenhower. And Chambers has it for Eisenhower, takes it out across the 35. Sorry, that was Ryan Chambers. Apologize for not saying his first name there. And they are going to spot that, looks like, at the 38-yard line. So that's where Eisenhower is going to take over with the opening possession of this ball game.
Talking about Ekstrom before the game, he wanted that kickoff.
Yeah. Came flying over, didn't he?
Yeah, he almost took it right out of his hands. Tells me he's amped up for tonight.
So Pascuzzi back in the gun. Looks like they're missing a player. Looking for somebody as they run in. Number 5, Garrett Jensen, comes in off the sideline. And now Pascuzzi has it. Again, back in the gun. That's Ekstrom in motion and fumbles the handoff, picks it up, running around behind, looking for some space, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Not going to get there.
Maybe a little too amped up.
Looks like a loss of about 4 on the play. And put it right on the 35, so it'll be loss of 3, 2nd and 13 now for Eisenhower. Pascuzzi under center for this play. Bauer dots the I. Fake to Bauer, give it to Ekstrom. Now he's got some space. Keegan Ekstrom in the open field. One man to beat. He's not quite going to get there, but a big run by Keegan Ekstrom has the Knights set up in Cambridge Springs territory. And he's down to the Cambridge Springs 29-yard line. Excuse me, 27. Apologize for that. And it is a first down for Eisenhower. Pascuzzi in the gun. Ekstrom in motion, fake to Ekstrom. Pascuzzi back to pass, under pressure, dumps it off for Benji Bauer. Bauer cuts back and slips down, or he might have had a bigger gain on that play.
Yeah, the linebacker that came over there, or defensive end, he slipped as well. Had Bauer kept his balance, there wasn't anybody until he got into the secondary.
And a pickup of about 4 on that play. Takes it down to the, or 3, down to the 24. And Pascuzzi fakes to Bauer, rolls out. Has Ekstrom, but he can't hold on. Ekstrom was there.
So it's pretty clear that Eisenhower is trying to give Cambridge Springs a little different look here. Obviously, Cambridge Springs is expecting them to run a lot, and they're setting up. They opened up the game in shotgun and spread formation, and now they're throwing a couple of passes. But if you're unable to complete those passes or get significant yardage, you're going to have to go back to your bread and butter.
And it is a 3rd and 7, a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, 3rd down for Eisenhower. And that's going to cost them 5 more. Some movement on the line.
Bring a 3rd and 12 for the Knights.
And that will make it 3rd and 12. And that's White Lookenhouse split out to the far side. The give to the up man, Tucker Lindell. Had some space.
Lindell runs right through it. Lots of yards there.
And he picks up, looks like
about
8 or 9 yards on that carry.
Not much more than 2 to go. Probably about.
Call it a 4th and about 3, maybe a long 2.
Doable for the Knights.
So Knights aggressive early here. And Pascuzzi gives to Bauer. Bauer tries to plow his way through the line. He's still going. Gets down across the 15 to the 14. And that is enough for an Eisenhower first down. So the 4th down gamble pays off.
So the drive stays alive.
You could see, Brian, outside of Ekstrom's run there, these guys are getting hit right at the line of scrimmage on most of these carries. It's not going to be an easy rushing night tonight.
So it's 1st and 10 now from the Cambridge Springs 14. Ekstrom in motion, give is to Bauer, off right side, spins around and falls forward for some extra yardage. Gets down inside the 10. Looks like they've got him at the 7. So a 7-yard pickup there for Bauer.
Bring up the 2nd and 3.
Makes it 2nd and 3 for the Knights here. Opening possession here in the Elwood National Forge first quarter from Eisenhower. Pascuzzi under center. Lindell and Bauer. The give is to Lindell, the up man, right up the middle.
Pushing down in there.
And he's down.
First down. If not, he's awful close. It is a first down.
And he does have enough for a first down there. Again, from our vantage point, looks like he's down to about the 2 is where they're going to mark him. So it's first and goal, Eisenhower from the 2 here. And again, Cody, this is the opening possession of the ball game, and the Knights are 30 seconds away from chewing off 5 minutes off the clock on this drive.
5 minutes taken up, 61 yards so far on the ground. This is kind of what we expected.
And the give is to Bauer right up the middle, and he plows his way into the end zone. It's an Eisenhower touchdown. Benji Bauer from 2 yards out. And Eisenhower takes the early lead, 6-0 here with the point after pending. And that is Cole Kellogg on to attempt the extra point here for Eisenhower. Kick is up, and it is good for Kellogg. So 7:12 to go here in the first quarter. Eisenhower 7, Cambridge Springs nothing. Blue Devils will have the ball for the first time when we come back. This is high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
And we are back here at Eisenhower High School, where thanks to a 2-yard Benji Bauer run, the Knights have taken a 7-0 lead over visiting Cambridge Springs. Opening possession of the ball game took nearly 5 minutes off the game clock, just 7:12 to go here in the Elwood National Forge. First quarter, Knights getting set to kick off. And it's never too soon nor too late to set another goal or dream another dream. If now's the time for you, Elwood National Forge can help. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com. Cole Kellogg to kick for the Knights. I see number 17, Van Jones. And it looks like number 2, Bryce Kenya back deep for the Blue Devils. And they squib kick it. Something we saw Eisenhower do a lot last year. Jones picks it up right at the 30, and he cuts back, trying to turn the corner. Van Jones, and he's out close to midfield. So a strategy that paid big dividends for the Knights at times last year kind of comes back to bite him here, as Van Jones looks to have about a 20-yard return, and the Blue Devils are in business just shy of midfield, right at the Cambridge Springs 48.
Yeah, and last year we've seen that squib kick have success, and we also saw a few times where it backfired, and this is an instance where it certainly backfired.
So the Blue Devils come out 1st and 10 from their own 48. Appleby in the gun, sends a man in motion. That's Ethan Canese. Van Jones gets the handoff, and he is swarmed in the backfield. There's at least a half a dozen Eisenhower players on top of him immediately. Drove him all the way back to the 43-yard line. So a 5-yard loss on that carry for Van Jones.
You got to be mindful. Eisenhower's first carry also didn't go well. So with these good running teams, you got to be on it every play. You can't think that they're going to fall into a hole. You'll fall into a trap.
2nd and 15 here for Cambridge Springs. Jones in motion. He takes the handoff, trying to find the edge, tries to cut back. And again, he's met in the backfield and driven backwards. Looked like Caleb Penley, number 56, was the first one to grab hold of him there.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the entire Knights defense were all over Van Jones on that ball.
And now it is Cambridge Springs on their own 39. So 2 plays, 2 lost yardage, gone back almost 10 yards, 9 yards on those two losses.
And this is exactly what Eisenhower's defense has to do. I mean, shut down their run, force this team to pass the ball, which is kind of an unknown.
3rd and 19 here for Cambridge Springs. Appleyard takes the snap, fires downfield, has a man. It's nearly picked off.
And that's exactly what Eisenhower needs to do. When you have a running team and your quarterback has to throw the ball, he's not in a rhythm. He doesn't have that timing down with his receivers like you would if they were a pass-heavy team. So you're more likely to be able to knock the ball down, intercept the ball, whatever.
So that will bring up a 4th and 19 here, or a punting situation for Cambridge Springs. Ekstrom, the deep man for the Knights. And that is number 32, Brett Kenya, back to kick. Good snap. The kick is away. And it's going to go roll all the way down. So Cambridge Springs roll there. Looked like he was going to go out of bounds and ends up rolling all the way down inside the 20, which is where the Knights will take over, leading 7-0 here in the Elwood National Forge first quarter. So second possession coming up here for Eisenhower. Exclusively ran the ball on their opening possession. Ended with a 2-yard touchdown run by Benji Bauer.
Yeah, 63 yards rushing on that first drive.
And Pascuzzi is under center, has Lindell the up man. Bauer dots the I. Ekstrom in motion. Give is to Bauer off the left side. He's got some room down the sidelines. Benji Bauer, and he's just tripped up. Huge run there for Benji Bauer. Caden Boozer there to trip him up. And we talked about in the pregame, Bauer more of a grinded out type of runner, but showed off that he can make the explosive play right there.
Yeah, when he came around that end there, he looked a little, he kind of hesitated a little bit. I think he was a little surprised there wasn't a defender there to meet him.
And it is now 1st and 10 for Eisenhower on the Cambridge Springs 37. Pascuzzi takes a snap, fakes to Bauer, gives to Ekstrom. Ekstrom up the middle. Positive yardage there for Ekstrom. He's up to the just shy of the 33, so we'll give him 4 on that.
You know, and just like that, the Knights are 110 yards rushing, and we're not even finished with the first quarter.
And they have yet to throw a pass. Pascuzzi under center again. Fakes to Bauer, and he's throwing. He's got Ekstrom. Ekstrom comes down with it, and he's into the end zone. Keegan Ekstrom, 33 yards from Sean Pascuzzi. And it is now a 2-score lead for Eisenhower with the extra point pending.
And that, you know, kind of opposite of what I was saying about Cambridge Springs. You know, when you don't throw a lot, you have to take advantage of those opportunities when you're out of rhythm and you don't have that timing down. And Pascuzzi does it beautifully on that play.
Kellogg on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So Kellogg is 2 for 2 on the PATs. And Eisenhower is 2 for 2 on its possessions. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Knights. We'll be back with more of the Elwood National Forge first quarter. This is high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com.
And we are back here at Eisenhower. A 33-yard touchdown pass from Sean Pascuzzi to Keegan Ekstrom has the Knights up 14-0 over visiting Cambridge Springs. Knights getting set to kick off here. And Cambridge Springs is going to try to just get some positive yards on this next possession after they went backwards on 2 plays and an incomplete pass on their first possession of the game.
-9 yards on their last drive compared to Eisenhower, who's racked up 146 yards on 2 drives.
So Kellogg to kick off. Jones and Bryce Canyon back to receive. And it is squibbed again, and this time Cambridge Springs is going to fall on it right at the 45.
See, that was almost more of an onside kick. It wasn't even a very strong squib kick.
So again, Cambridge Springs will start with good field position here at their own 45.
You know, if you're Cambridge Springs, if you're their head coach right now, you can use those squib kicks as motivation. You know, these guys don't respect us enough to kick it deep. They don't think that we can utilize this good field position that they're going to give us. Hopefully for Cambridge Springs, he's able to motivate them that way.
Well, Appleby will start under center, sends a man in motion. And the give. And again, going backwards. Looked like that was Brett Canyon, number 32, taking the handoff there. Loss of 2 on the play will make it 2nd and 12. And so again, right now, Cambridge Springs just looking for a positive yardage play. We've got a stoppage here. And it is Cambridge Springs coach Nate Liberty taking a timeout. We're going to take a quick one with him. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
The Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. The 2023 camp will be the 20th year for the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, and we'll have a star-studded lineup of clinicians. The camp will once again be held in Port Allegheny, Pennsylvania from June 19th through the 23rd, 2023. Check us out online at teambruno.com and like us on Facebook. Hope to see you there at the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp in Port Allegheny, PA.
And back here at Eisenhower High School, just over 3 minutes to go here in the Elwood National Forge first quarter. Eisenhower leading Cambridge Springs 14-0. It's never too soon nor too late to set another goal or dream another dream. If now's the time for you, Elwood National Forge can help. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay, and benefits including 401k and insurance that start the day of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com. It's a 2nd and 12 here for Cambridge Springs out of the timeout. And Appleby will start in the gun, has 3 receivers to the near side. Looking to pass, fakes, and the ball comes out.
He might have had forward motion there.
And they are going to call that an incomplete pass.
Boy, that's got to be concerning, taking that timeout, drawing up that play, seeing there was something they were seeing they could take an advantage of, and throwing the incomplete pass. It was very close to being a fumble. The Eisenhower has to be loving that.
I mean, it certainly looked like he was trying to pump fake there and maybe just lost the handle on it. Nevertheless, it is a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning 3rd down for the Devils. And the pitch to Van Jones. He's going to cut up field. And he will get positive yards on the play. He looks like he's going to get back right to the original line of scrimmage. So a 2-yard pickup for Jones. And that is the first positive play that Cambridge Springs has run in this ball game. But it still brings up a 4th and 10. And it should clarify, by positive play, I meant positive yardage play.
Yeah.
Not that I'm sure they're very optimistic about their play calls, but that was the first one to go for positive yardage. The kick is up, and it's going to roll down inside the 20 again. So another good punt.
Another good punt rolls down inside the 20. So the Knights will take over first.
And that's where Eisenhower will take over. Their third possession here of this first quarter. Again, our first quarter brought to you by Elwood National Forge. And so far, Eisenhower 2 for 2. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Knights. One a Benji Bauer run, one a Sean Pascuzzi to Keegan Ekstrom pass.
Yeah,
and that was the first pass play of the game for Eisenhower. Goes for 33 and a score.
I wouldn't expect that or be surprised if they go to the air again. It kind of seems like their offense is going to be able to do what they want at will.
Come out 2 receivers split near side. It's Ekstrom and Wyatt Lookenhouse. And Pascuzzi going to give to Bauer off the left side. They broke that for a big play earlier in the quarter. Bauer does get out across the 25 to the 26. So an 8-yard pickup there for Benji Bauer. Makes it 2nd and 2. And Pascuzzi breaks the huddle. Has Garrett Jensen split near side with Lindell and Bauer in the eye. Ekstrom goes in motion. The give is to Lindell up the middle. And Lindell still on his feet. Tucker Lindell carrying defenders almost to midfield. He is out to the 48-yard line. So a 22-yard carry for Tucker Lindell.
That gives them 3 running backs now that have had significant runs. Bauer had a 44-yarder. Ekstrom had a 38. Now Lindell with a 22.
Just shy of midfield are the Knights. It's a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down. And the fake to Bauer. Pascuzzi rolling to his right, looking down the field for Ekstrom and just overthrown. So incomplete pass there. Will make it 2nd and 10 for Eisenhower from its own 48, leading 14-0 here over Cambridge Springs.
I like the play call, though. I mean, Eisenhower's having success on the ground, and I don't know if they need to spread out the defense, but anything that can give your running backs an extra couple of yards when they get across that line of scrimmage, it keeps your running backs a little fresher, a little healthier.
Officials stop it there so Cambridge Springs player can tie his shoe. Looks like that's Caden Boozer, the safety, back there getting that taken care of. So good on the officials. Give him a moment to get his equipment situated.
Eisenhower has 11 carries for 139 yards tonight so far.
Facing a 2nd and 10 from their own 48. And Pascuzzi gives to Lindell up the middle. Lindell carrying guys again. And he is across midfield down to the Cambridge Springs 45. A 7-yard pickup there for Lindell makes it 3rd and 3. And
we talk about Bauer being the workhorse, but Lindell's no slouch either. We've seen him carry defenders on. He's just had a few runs tonight, but each run he's had, there's been guys hanging off of him.
So 3rd and 3 here for Eisenhower. Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, 3rd down. That's Ryan Chambers in motion. The give is to Bauer, trying to pick his way through the left side. And it looks like he's going to be about 1.5 yards short. And that will be the final play of the first quarter here from Eisenhower. After 1, Knights 14, Blue Devils nothing. We'll be back with more high school football on the YDL Sports Network powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxborough.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome back to Eisenhower High School, getting set to start the second quarter. Eisenhower leading Cambridge Springs 14-0. Brian Hagberg and Cody Elms with you here on the YDL Sports Network. Don't forget to tune in at 10 o'clock tonight for the high school football extra point show with JB Graphics, powered by Generational Wealth Management. All the scores, analysis, player interviews, and more. Again, on the extra point show with JB Graphics, powered by Generational Wealth Management. Getting underway at 10 p.m. tonight. New start time pushed it back to 10 o'clock to get all those scores in. Our second quarter tonight brought to you by Icy Ink. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool. Wear Icy. Visit them online at icyink.com. That's ICYYink.com. And to start the second quarter, Eisenhower facing a 4th and 2 from the Cambridge Springs 44. Converted a 4th down in the first quarter. The pitch is to Bauer, trying to go around the right side, and he is not going to get there.
There were just too many defenders. Bauer's a strong kid, but there are 4 or 5 guys closing in on him behind the line of scrimmage.
So a big stop there for Cambridge Springs, a turnover on downs. And the first stop of the night for the Blue Devils against this Eisenhower offense. Let's see if the offense can use that momentum and string some positive plays together with their first possession of the Icy Ink second quarter.
Yeah, they only have one positive play, as you were detailing earlier. Positive is in yards, and that was just a Van Jones carry for 2 yards. Everything else has been for negative yards.
And to give fake to Jones, and Appleby's going to keep it, and he's got some space and a blocker in front, and Cole Kellogg is there to bring him down. But a big run there for Morgan Appleby, and that's a Ty Nesta Builders Supply first down for the Blue Devils, their first of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say, Brian. That's their first positive play and their first down, all in one shot.
And they are now in Knights territory at the Eisenhower 42 after the big run there from Morgan Appleby. And they will come out, Appleby in the gun, Jones, the sidecar to his right. And Appleby going to fire, and just incomplete off the fingertips there of Tristan Mazadra. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Brian, some of those passing plays that Cambridge Springs has tried, and they've only tried 3. All 3 have been incomplete, but you can see some open field there. Again, it goes back to, how much rhythm these guys have together and getting their timing down. If they're able to get that rolling, that might be an area where they can get some big yardage in a quick amount of time.
Trips to the right. And the pass goes out. This one is caught and into the open field. That's Preston Gorton down the sideline for Cambridge Springs. And there you have it, Cody. You talked about getting some of that connection there. And there's a big play from Appleby to Preston Gorton. Has the Blue Devils inside the Eisenhower 25 at the 24.
Think about the 24-yard line of Eisenhower, 1st and 10.
Another Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for the Blue Devils. Trips to the left this time. 2 receivers to the right. A little bit of a high snap. Appleby brings it down, fires, has a man over the middle. Good catch there from Bryce Kania.
And that's the receiver adjusting to the ball because that was thrown behind him a little bit high. He was able to stop, turn his body, get up in the air, and pull that ball down, and then get a little bit of yards after the catch.
So another Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for the Blue Devils. This drive is being built by Ty Nesta Builder Supply with locations in Shippenville and Ty Nesta. Visit them online at tynestabuilder.us. Now come out in a tight formation here for the Blue Devils. Jones takes a direct snap, and this play is not going to go anywhere for Cambridge Springs. Eisenhower all over it. Going to drop Jones for a loss of, looks like 2. We'll make it 2nd and 12.
Yeah, there's nothing there in the running game, and it's so shocking given the yardage that they were able to put up last week, but they're not able to. I mean, three yards total in rushing off of 6 carries so far.
Appleby takes a snap, and he's going to roll right, looking to dump it off, and he does. Caught by number 23, Tristan Mazadra, but hit immediately. And we're going to have a stoppage there as there is a player down for Cambridge Springs on the far side of the field. It is Mazadra. No gain on that play. And we do certainly hope that he is okay. Want to take a second, let you know tonight's game also being brought to you by the Hub at PF in Russell. And as they tend to the injured player, we are going to step away. High school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
And we're back here at Eisenhower as Mazadra able to get up and head to the sideline. And they marked the ball a little bit late after that play, apparently due to the injury, but he did pick up 3. So it is 3rd and 9 now. Another Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning third down. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning to get you moving again. Visit them online at lutonsplumbing.com. It's a big 3rd down here for Cambridge Springs. Appleby in the gun, 5 wide. Back to pass, fires over the middle. Incomplete. Looked like a couple of Eisenhower guys had a better shot at it there than any of the Cambridge Springs players. But decision time here for the Blue Devils. Down 14-0. Just under 10 minutes left here in the Icy Inc. second quarter. And it looks like no hesitation. They're going to go for this 4th and 9.
I think they almost have to. They can't. The way that Eisenhower's running the ball, they can't afford to risk going down 21-0. They have to take every opportunity they can, and they've completed some passes, so certainly they're able to take advantage of the secondary.
Come out with 5 wide again. Appleby takes a snap, fires, got a man in the end zone. It is caught. Did he come down with it? Yes, he did. Bryce Kania in the end zone. Touchdown, Cambridge Springs. What an incredible catch there by Kania, able to come down with it and keep himself in bounds for the touchdown. A much needed score for Cambridge Springs. It's currently 14-6 with the extra point pending. And the man who just caught the touchdown, Bryce Kania, on to attempt the extra point. Snap down, the kick is up, and it is good. So just over 9.5 to play here in the Icy Inc. second quarter. Eisenhower 14, Cambridge Springs 7. This is high school football, the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School. A touchdown pass from Morgan Appleby to Bryce Kania has the Blue Devils right back in it, trailing 14-7 here, 9:32 to go in the Icy Ink second quarter.
Right, that was such a huge drive for Appleby. He had a 14-yard run that really set up Cambridge Springs in good field position. And then he went 4 for 5 for 44 yards passing, and finishing with that touchdown to Kenya. That's going to have to be the path they go until they're able to establish a run. Maybe the passing game will help do that.
So it will be Bryce Kania to kick off. Ekstrom, Pascuzzi, and Ryan Chambers back deep for the Knights. And the kick is off. And little bobble there by Chambers. Picks it up, and he is going to be taken down. Looks like at the 16, so that's where Eisenhower will take over, looking to answer that Cambridge Springs touchdown drive.
And if you're Cambridge Springs, you're within a score now, and you have Eisenhower again back in their own territory. This is a time where their defense is going to have to step up, and they haven't done that yet this game. They haven't stopped Eisenhower's running game, but they're going to have to hunker down and really put a performance out there to try to get this ball back before the half so they can tie it up.
Lindell and Bauer in the eye, Ekstrom in motion. The give is to Bauer off the left side. Big pile there, and Bauer's just going to plow ahead out to the 20. So a 4-yard pickup there for Benji Bauer on first down. And they put the ball just on the other side of the 20, so a long 5 here on second down. One receiver split out to the far side, Ekstrom in motion, and the give right up the middle to Tucker Lindell. And this time, not much doing. Straight ahead. He does plow forward for, looks like about 2. We'll make it 3rd and 3 for Eisenhower. And this time the Knights will come out 3 receivers to the far side. That's Jensen, Lookenhouse, and Ekstrom. Bauer, the sidecar. Pascuzzi has some trouble with the snap, gets it off to Lookenhouse. Lookenhouse makes a move, gets out. Looks like he's going to have enough for the Eisenhower first down. Improvisation there for the Knights as Pascuzzi had to corral the snap. Gets a quick pass off to Wyatt Lookenhouse. Lookenhouse shakes one man and gets enough for the Titus and Builder Supply first down for the Knights.
So we were talking before the game about how far, we'll see how far Pascuzzi's come since his first start. That right there is how far he's come. No panic, no jitters, nothing. He bobbles the snap, gets control of it, fires it off to Lookenhouse, and they get the first down, and the drive goes on like nothing ever happened.
1st and 10 from their own 27 now for Eisenhower. Cameron Jacobzak, the receiver, split to the near side. Pascuzzi in the gun. Has Ekstrom in motion. And Pascuzzi's going to keep it. Has a lot of daylight. And a big run there from Sean Pascuzzi on the keeper. Looks like about an 8-yard pickup there out to the 35. And they're actually give him 8.5 on that. He's right in between the 2-yard markers. So, and that was, again, something we talked about in the pregame, Cody, was these quarterbacks being able to make things happen with their legs. A good example of that right there with Pascuzzi.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again with Pascuzzi, whether he's at running back, quarterback, or even if he's on defense, he's not afraid of contact. He's going to lower his shoulder and push ahead.
Ekstrom in motion and fake to him again. And Pascuzzi's going to keep it again, try to do it himself. And not much there. Looked like Cambridge Springs was ready for that play, but Pascuzzi able to get back to the line of scrimmage, brings up a 3rd and a long 2 for Eisenhower.
Still 3rd and 2.
And Knights get the play in as we hit 6 minutes to go here, or just under 6 minutes to go here in the Icy Ink second quarter. Pascuzzi under center. Ekstrom in motion, and Pascuzzi just going to take it himself right up the gut. And that will give him enough for the Tionesta Builders Supply first down out to the 43. So pickup of 7 on the 3rd and 2 for Pascuzzi. And again, the Knights quarterback doing it with his legs on this drive.
Yeah, you like to see him be able to be a mobile quarterback, to get those first downs, but you also, it's early on in the season. So you have running backs that certainly can take those licks. So I'm hopeful for the season that Pascuzzi doesn't put himself in that position too many more times tonight.
We'll come out on this first down in the gun. Ekstrom in motion again. Fake to him. Pascuzzi back to pass. Under pressure has Jensen. Jensen goes up and gets it. Garrett Jensen. And he's caught from behind by Caden Boozer. But a big pass from Pascuzzi to Garrett Jensen has the Knights all the way down to the Cambridge Springs 12.
And that's why I don't want Pascuzzi to get roughed up too much, because that was a beautiful pass that only Jensen could pull down.
And Jensen went up and got it. Another Tionesta Builders Supply first down. So the Knights can't get a first down here without getting into the end zone. Pascuzzi in the gun. Sends Ekstrom in motion. Fakes to him again. Pascuzzi going to keep it off left side, and this time he's hit hard. After about a 2-yard pickup there right down to the 10. So it'll be 2nd and 8 here as we approach 4 minutes to go in the half. Eisenhower looking to answer the Cambridge Springs touchdown. Pascuzzi still in the gun. Looking out, split near side. Ekstrom in motion. This time they will give to Ekstrom. Tries to shake one man. Falls forward. Looks like about a yard on the pickup there. We'll bring up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd and 8 for the Knights. Or excuse me, give them about 2 there, so 3rd and 7. And again, Eisenhower can pick up a first down at the 2. They need to get to the 2 to get a first down. Don't have to score here to keep the drive alive. Pascuzzi in the gun has Jacobzak split far side. Ekstrom in motion. And we've got a flag. And that is a legal procedure against the Knights, so it'll back them up 5. Make it 3rd and 12 from the 14.
Let's see, the Knights' second penalty of the game and the second penalty of the game all around. Been a pretty flag-free night.
I really hope you didn't just give us the announcer's jinx on that one.
I might have. We're going to be littered with yellow flags the rest of the game.
But to your point, it has been a very clean game so far on both sides.
Yeah, despite the running offensive production on the Cambridge Springs side, both teams are playing solid form football.
So Pascuzzi in the gun, trips left. Bauer the sidecar. Pascuzzi going to keep it, looking to go off the right tackle. He's got some space. Pascuzzi down. He's going to be close to that first down yardage. And it is a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower. Sean Pascuzzi doing it himself. And now the Knights have a 1st and goal from the 2. And Cambridge Springs and Nate Liberty going to talk it over. They take a timeout with 2:35 to go here in the Icy Inc. second quarter. We'll be right back with more high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School, where the Knights are again knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 2. 2:35 to go here in the first half. Second quarter brought to you by Icy Inc. in Warren. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy. Visit them online at icyink.com. That's ICYY Inc.com.
So far, the Knights on an 8-play, 82-yard drive here in the second quarter. And 50 of those yards came from the passing game.
And they're going to come out in the I. Pascuzzi under center. Lindell the up man. Bauer the tailback. Ekstrom in motion. The give is to Bauer off the left side. Trying to get there and not going to get it this time. And looks like he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and goal coming up for the Knights.
Of course, Cambridge Springs is really crowding that line of scrimmage, especially down here, at the 2-yard line.
You wonder if this isn't the time where you try one of those little fades in the corner for Looking House. He's all alone up there, man coverage.
Boy, and he has a little bit of height advantage.
And the give is to Bauer off left side, and he plows his way into the end zone for the Eisenhower touchdown.
But I suppose when you're up Bauer, you don't have to.
Benji Bauer's 2nd rushing touchdown of the evening. And the Knights lead it 20-7 with the extra point pending. That might be something Jim Penley keeps in his back pocket for later, that formation, as the kick from Kellogg is up and no good this time. So with just under 2 minutes to go in the half, and it is Eisenhower 20, Cambridge Springs 7. But Cody, that formation, the way Cambridge Springs was defending Looking House on the outside, Van Jones was basically locked up on him, and man, but he was way inside. Something quick to the corner, way up high. Looking House would have a good chance to come down with in that position.
Yeah, Penley might be sitting on that. He might try that when they have a little bit more space for Looking House to work with too. I don't know Van Jones's winter sports activities, but I can tell you Looking House is one heck of a basketball player, and he's got some hops. So if I'm Penley, I'm not afraid to throw it his way when they line up in that formation and see that defense.
And just before this kickoff, I do want to say thank you to the Hub at PF in Russell, Warren Tire Center, Park Avenue Motor Car, the Rehab Center, and All-American Awards and Engraving for helping us bring you tonight's broadcast. And Kellogg getting set to kick here for the Knights. It is Jones on the far side, and that looks like that's number 7, Ethan Kunas, on the near side for the Blue Devils to receive this kick. Kick is away, squibbed right up the top. or up the middle.
Golfing at one of the.
Smith, the big man, catching that in the air and dropping right down to the ground like a big man should.
Apologize for that. I had a miss hit on my computer mouse, so we ran some extra time off on our clock there. It's 1:46, so we'll try to just let them catch up to us there. My mistake is fat fingers on the mouse. But it is 1st and 10 for Cambridge Springs. 1:46 to go here in the first half from Eisenhower. Blue Devils trail the Knights 20-7. Appleby in the gun. Takes the snap, rolls right, had a man there and just overthrew it. Looked like he was looking for Knaus again. Makes it 2nd and 10 for Cambridge Springs. Only ran about 4 seconds off the clock on that play. Yeah, and this is something, Eisenhower's got all 3 timeouts left. If Cambridge Springs throws another, incompletion or has a 3rd and long, they may think about trying to get this ball back again before the half, since Cambridge Springs will receive the second half kickoff. Appleby in the gun again. High snap, and he's under pressure, and he's going to lose the football. And it is recovered by Eisenhower.
Mikey Beaver with the recovery.
Mike Venata on the sack. And they're going to say, no, not a fumble. They're going to say he was down before the ball came out. So it is a sack by number 50, Mike Venata, but a big one.
Sack by number 50, Mike Venata, the senior.
Makes it a 3rd and very long here for Cambridge Springs, back to their own 39. Appleby in the gun, high snap, looking for Knaus, down the sideline, is knocked away by Lookenhouse.
I told you, Brian, that kid can hop, and you're not going to get one past him if he can get his hands on it.
So that will bring up a 4th down, and it stops the clock without Eisenhower having to take a timeout.
And before Cambridge Springs lined up for that, being so deep now after that sack, I'm honestly surprised they didn't try to knock some of the time off the clock. I mean, the likelihood of you converting and getting down the field in this short period of time, they would have probably been better suited to knock 25, 30 seconds off the clock. But now Eisenhower 3 timeouts, and they'll have almost a minute left. And Pascuzzi on a roll, too.
And do you dare kick to Keegan Ekstrom in this situation?
Also another problem.
Kick is away. Bounce, and Ekstrom trying to get it. Can't get the handle on it. And we've got a pile on for the ball. No signal yet. And Ekstrom was able to recover it for Eisenhower. Dangerous play there. We talk about the danger of him returning the kick, but he's got to field it first. And Cambridge Springs almost got a huge break on that.
I recall last season, I think there was a night kind of like this. It was a good, nice weather night, beautiful. Field wasn't sloppy, nothing. And if I recall right, for whatever reason, both teams had a lot of fumbles. And it just, there's no real explanation for why Eisenhower has had 3 fumbles tonight. They've been able to recover all 3 of them. But hopefully we can chalk it up to early season follies.
And the give is to Bauer off right side. There's a flag down as Bauer's churning away. But we'll see that penalty. That flag was thrown in the backfield in the area where they typically call holding on the offense. And it is a hold against Eisenhower. So the muff punt and now a hold on the Knights. And you wonder if Eisenhower might try to just kneel this one out and go into the half with a 13-point lead.
Back to the 9-yard line.
That penalty takes them all the way back inside their own 10, down to the 9. And again, with under 40 seconds to go here, Pascuzzi comes out in the gun, trips left. Bauer the sidecar. Pascuzzi looking to throw. Rolling, going deep for Looking House, and not quite there.
Just a couple of yards too far.
And it looked like both Looking House and Ekstrom were kind of converging on where that pass was going, and neither of them could quite get there.
Which I got to say, I don't know. I think the pass actually was a perfectly timed and thrown ball. Looking House got a little caught up there. The DB gave him a little bump, which just slowed him up a step and a half, and that was just enough to where he couldn't get to that ball.
This makes it 2nd and 23 now for Eisenhower from its own 9. 20 seconds to go.
So we got 19.2 seconds, second down.
And Pascuzzi gives to Lindell right up the middle. He's got big room to run. And he gets all the way out to the 24. And it looks like Eisenhower's going to be content with that being the final play of the first half. So at halftime here in Eisenhower, the Knights lead the visiting Blue Devils 20-7. We'll be back with the Pizza Hut of Grove City and Clarion halftime show. This is high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxborough.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
With locations in Shippensville and Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
Icing, Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. Do you like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
Hi, Chris. Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. The Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. The 2023 camp will be the 20th year for the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, and we'll have a star-studded lineup of clinicians. The camp will once again be held in Port Allegany, Pennsylvania from June 19th through the 23rd, 2023. Check us out online at teambruno.com and like us on Facebook. Hope to see you there at the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp in Port Allegany, PA.
A nice performance there from the Eisenhower Knights Marching Band at halftime here. And in the football game, it is Eisenhower 20, Cambridge Springs 7. This is the Pizza Huts of Grove City and Clarion halftime show. Our halftime show, again, brought to you by Pizza Huts of Grove City and Clarion, where no one out-pizzas the hut. Let's take a look first at our halftime stats, brought to you by the Brooks Hugh R. Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. The Brooks Hugh R. Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award and accompanying scholarship are awarded to an athlete or athletes who competed in at least one full season in either District 9 or District 10 and who display qualities of being a good person, a leader, community-minded, and wanting to make a difference. You can find out more at yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award. And Cody, let's take a look at our halftime stats.
Well, we'll start with the home team and the team that's leading, the Eisenhower Knights. And for the most part, it's been all on the ground. They have a total of 25 carries for 197 yards on the ground. Benji Bauer is leading the rushing attack with 11 carries, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Coincidentally, both of them are 2-yard runs, highlighting his ability to power through a defensive line. Lindell follows behind him with 5 carries for 55 yards. A lot of those have been power running rushes. Pascuzzi with 5 carries for 25 yards, and Keegan Ekstrom with 4 carries for 39 yards. Pascuzzi also is 4 of 7 in the passing game with 86 yards total and a passing touchdown, and that touchdown was a 33-yard pass to Keegan Ekstrom. The leading receiver is Jensen with one reception for 45 yards. The Knights have accumulated 10 first downs, but they've also fumbled the ball 3 times. They've been able to recover it all 3 times, but it's certainly something to be concerned about. On the Cambridge Springs side of the ball, Appleby is 4 for 10 for 44 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown went to Bryce Kenya. He has 2 receptions for 23 yards. The running game, really, it hasn't been there for Cambridge Springs. They're 7 carries for -5 yards. They have 4 first downs. They don't have any fumbles and no penalties.
All right, those are our halftime stats, again, brought to you by the Brooks Hugh R. Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. You can find out more by going to yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award. Our scoring summary tonight brought to you by Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care, exceptionally close. In the first quarter, again, it was Benji Bauer on a 2-yard run, capping the first Eisenhower possession. And then the 33-yard pass from Pascuzzi to Keegan Ekstrom made it 14-0. Cambridge Springs cut the deficit in half in the second quarter on an 11-yard pass from Appleby to Kenya. And then Eisenhower answered right back with another 2-yard run from Benji Bauer to make it 22-7 at the half. That was our scoring summary, again, brought to you by Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care, exceptionally close. And let's take a quick look at our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you tonight by Swift Kennedy & Company, the official insurance provider of the YDL Sports Network. Visit them online at swiftkennedyandco.com. Taking a look first over in District 9, Kerwinsville and Juniata Valley are tied at 8 in the second quarter. At the half, Elk County Catholic leads Montauk 8-0. Punxsutawney and Kane scoreless in the first quarter. Red Bank Valley over Karnes City 12-7 at the half. Keystone up 16-0 over Union AC Valley in the second quarter. St. Mary's slim lead over Ridgeway 7-6 in the second. Coudersport 16, Bradford 6 second quarter. DuBois 12, Brockway 7 also in the second quarter. At the half, Tyrone 14, Brookville nothing. Cameron County leads Smethport 6-0 at the half. Port Allegheny 16, Central Clarion 7. That game's in the second quarter. You can catch that one live on the YDL Sports Network as well, or if you're in the Clarion listening area, listen live on C93, 92.7 FM. And in the second quarter, Bald Eagle Area 3, Clearfield nothing. In District 10, Union City leading Kennedy Catholic 20-0 at the half. Maplewood 20, Iroquois 8, second quarter. Reynolds 18, Mercer nothing at the half. Slippery Rock 7, Mercyhurst Prep nothing in the first quarter. Northwestern and Grove City scoreless in the second. Seneca leading Connie at 7-0 second quarter. Greenville and Wilmington scoreless in the second. Hickory 20, Franklin 3, second quarter. Sharon all over Warren 36-0 that game in the second quarter. Sharpsville 27-7 over Titusville at the half. Meadville leading Butler 14-0 in the second. Fairview 20-7 over Harbor Creek at the half. General McLean and Fort LaBeouf scoreless second quarter. St. Joseph's of New York 27, Erie nothing second quarter, and Bennett of New York 14, McDowell 7 in the second quarter. That was our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company, the official insurance provider of the YDL Sports Network. Visit them online at swiftkennedyandco.com. And now let's take a look at Cody's keys to the second half, brought to you by Icy Ink and Warren. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy.
So for the Knights, I think it's the area that I expressed earlier. There was a little bit of concern. 3 fumbles is never good. They're lucky that they got all 3 of those back, but they have a comfortable lead, but not too comfortable. 20-7. It doesn't take much to get back within a score, and turnovers can certainly help that. So I think that Eisenhower needs to take care of the ball a little bit better in the second half, and then obviously keep doing what they're doing offensively. For Cambridge Springs, they need to continue to take advantage of their passing attack, be a little bit more on the mark with some of these missed passes, because certainly there's some yardage there for the receivers who have been open most of the time. And they're going to have to get the running game going, because you're not going to be able to pass on every play. And right now, with negative yardage in the running game, that's certainly not going to win you a ball game.
All right, those were Cody's keys to the second half, brought to you by Icy Ink and Warren. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy. Visit them online at icyink.com. That's icyink.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with the third quarter. That's going to wrap up the Pizza Huts of Grove City and Clarion halftime show. Third quarter action coming up on the YDL Sports Network. High school football powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School, getting set to start the second half. Our third quarter tonight brought to you by Freedom Investment Management Group. For all your financial needs, go to freedomwealthcoach.com. So Cambridge Springs won the toss, elected to defer, so they will receive the second half kickoff, trailing 20-7. And a big opening possession here for Cambridge Springs, Cody. If they can go down and score, keep this game close, anything can happen. If they get stopped and let Eisenhower march down the field and score again, then all of a sudden the game's kind of getting away from you.
Yeah, you hate to say that on the first drive of the second half that the game is on the line, but for Cambridge Springs, I think that's very much the case. They, at the very least, need to drive down the field. Obviously, scoring would be the best end of that drive, but if they can take time off the clock and not give Eisenhower good field position, if they do have to turn the ball over, that's only going to be beneficial. They cannot afford to have a quick turnover, a quick series, and give Eisenhower good field position, because it certainly could get out of hand from there.
And we see the Eisenhower kickoff team still huddled on the sideline there. As Cambridge Springs is ready, it is Van Jones, number 17, and number 7, Ethan Knaus, back deep to receive. To date so far in this game, Eisenhower has not kicked the ball deep intentionally. They squibbed it and let that ball bounce. It's been their strategy for the last couple of years and has paid dividends for them. So we'll see if that can continue here as we start the second half. And it's Keegan Ekstrom going to kick off this time for Eisenhower. It had been Cole Kellogg. And that ball is loose.
I think that's an Eisenhower ball.
Scrum at the bottom with the pile. We'll see who comes up with it. Eisenhower says they have it, and they do. And we just talked about how this strategy has paid off for Eisenhower in the past. It does so again here now. The Knights take over 1st and 10 in Cambridge Springs territory at the 45.
And that's Cambridge Springs' first fumble, and they lose it.
So again, Knights going to take over in plus territory here.
So here come the Knights on the Cambridge Springs 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Eisenhower from the Cambridge Springs 45. Pascuzzi in the gun to start this series. That's Ryan Chambers in motion. He's going to take the handoff and has some space, trying to get away and just couldn't quite get out of the grasp of Preston Gorton, or Chambers might have been off to the races. Nonetheless, a big first down play for the Knights. Moves it up to the 41. So just 4 on that play. Not a big play. My mistake. Thought he had gotten across the 40, but makes it 2nd and 6.
Getting a little excited. It could have been a very big play.
It could have been.
He had one guy to beat there, and he was able to get him down by the ankle.
2nd and 6 for the Knights. Pascuzzi in the gun again. This time it's Ekstrom in motion. Fake to him, give to Bauer. Bauer shakes one man in the backfield and tries to go around the right edge. Is dragged down by the jersey on the far side of the field. But does pick up. Looks like they're going to give him 3 on that. Down to the 38. Makes it 3rd and 3 here on this Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning 3rd down. And Knights come out in the eye. Lindell, the up man. Ekstrom in motion, and the give. Up the middle, we've got a flag. Looks like he's going to be just short of the first down, and we'll see what the penalty flag is. And it is a hold against the Knights. Would assume Nate Liberty is going to accept this one, as would be 4th and very short in the way the Knights have run the ball so far. Would expect Jim Penley to go for that one. So they do take the penalty. Moves Eisenhower back to the 46-7. Makes it 3rd and 11. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning and get you moving again. Visit them online at lutonsplumbing.com. So 3rd and 11 now for Eisenhower. Ekstrom in motion. Fake to him. Swing pass out to Lookenhouse. Picks up a block. Tries to avoid a man. Can't quite. Goes down to the 41. We'll make it a 4th down. And for now, Eisenhower is going to keep the offense on the field.
Still going to bring up 4th and 1.
You know, with the lead, I'm a little surprised they're going to do that. This seems to be a bit of an unnecessary risk. But I guess on the flip side, had that kick been returned or recovered to start the second half, this is about where Cambridge Springs would be anyways if they turn it over on downs.
Pascuzzi in the gun, 3 receivers right. He drops back, rolls right. Looks downfield, has a man, it's incomplete. And so a turnover on downs for Eisenhower on that bonus possession after the kickoff recovery.
Some of you have red tickets. They are the same as the blue tickets.
And so Cambridge Springs will take over 1st and 10 on its own 41.
So I'd say Cambridge Springs dodged a little bit of a bullet there. Like I said, they have the ball right about where they would have had it on that kickoff just a few minutes later.
Appleby comes out in the gun. Fakes to Jones. Pass outside looking for Preston Gorton over his head. Makes it 2nd and 10. And again, Cody, you touched on it earlier. But Gorton was there, had some space to run, and Appleby just sailed the pass on him a bit.
Yeah, and it's purely a rhythm thing. He takes his 3-step drop, and he's throwing the ball as soon as he steps back on that 3rd step. He's throwing it off his back foot, and naturally, when you do that, you're going to throw it high. You're going to throw it off the mark. And he has some talented receivers, but they can only jump so high.
So 2nd and 10 now here for the Blue Devils. 2 receivers near side. Appleby in the gun. Looking to throw. Over the middle has Gorton. Gorton with the catch. Shakes away from one tackle and then is stopped right at midfield. And going to be just shy of the 1st down yardage. So it'll be a 3rd and 1. So 9-yard pickup there for Gorton. Showed off a little bit of his shiftiness on that play.
Well, and that's exactly what I was saying. He has the receivers are talented. They're athletic guys, and that pass was right on the numbers. And he was able to make something out of it and almost get a 1st down.
So 3rd and 1 here, right at midfield for Cambridge Springs. And the snap goes high. Jones just corrals it in, but then he is met quickly in the backfield. And the Blue Devils go backwards on 3rd down. Back to the 45, so 5-yard loss there on the high snap. Makes it 4th and 6, and they will bring out the punting unit. And so Cambridge Springs missed an opportunity there to convert a really short 1st down. That snap just going high.
And I know the running game has not worked well for them there, but they are a running team, and I'm a little shocked that they didn't try a run there because worst case scenario, you have it 4th and short.
Kanya back to punt. That's Brett Kanya back to punt, excuse me. Ekstrom back deep to receive. The kick is away. Rolls and gets by Ekstrom.
I don't know if that
and he still doesn't have it, and I don't think he's got it. Cambridge Springs has fallen on it. And it is Cambridge Springs football. And we do have a flag back at the 30.
And the way that was kicked, Brian, I mean, I don't care how talented your returner is. That was a knuckleball looking punt that was just coming at him, making it very difficult to catch off the bounce. As hard as it is for some of these returners, sometimes it's better to just let it go, let it roll into the end zone.
And so right now, Cambridge Springs would have it 1st and goal from the 9. Still waiting to see what the penalty here is. And they just looks. I saw the official signal look like a block in the back against Eisenhower. And indeed, that is what it is. And that penalty is declined. So it is 1st and goal for Cambridge Springs from the Eisenhower 9 after recovering the muff punt. And the Blue Devils, golden opportunity here to cut this to a 1-score game.
Yeah, this is probably the best opportunity they're going to have off of a turnover. So they certainly need to capitalize here. And like I was saying at the end of the last drive there, go a little bit back to what you did well last week.
And
Run the
Appleby
ball.
going to just run it right up the gut. Not a lot there. Does get positive yardage. Looks like maybe 3 down to the 6. Second and goal.
3 yards down into the 6-yard line.
Again, Cody,
Second and goal.
couple of turnovers here in the second half. We're almost midway through the third quarter, and Cambridge Springs now knocking on the door. Appleby in the gun. High snap, looking to throw. He pulls it down, now fires over the middle. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. Benji Bauer picks it off. What a sliding catch there by Bauer to end the threat right now for Eisenhower.
That really saved Eisenhower.
Now, the problem is he caught that outside of the end zone, so it's first down. Eisenhower looks like on the 1. So the Knights still have some work to do here. So they got 99 yards in front of them. But again, for the time being at least, have denied Cambridge Springs a golden scoring chance.
Now you do have Lookenhouse with one-on-one coverage all by himself there on the outside. Be interesting to see if that's where they go.
Strom in motion, give right up the middle to Lindell. And he's just dragging bodies. Tucker Lindell churning those legs. Pickup of 9 on that carry, just straight up the gut. And that's, I know, not to age out anybody, but some of our fans who are fond of traditional old school smash mouth football, that was it right there.
I believe that is the first down. Here we go.
And no, they give him 10 on that. They did give him out to the 11, so first down. Tie Nested Builder Supply, first down for Eisenhower. Starting this drive at their own 1 following the Bauer interception. And the give is to Bauer, off left tackle. And he's down, looks like to the 20. So another 9 yards there for Benji Bauer.
Yeah, if
Make it second and 1.
If Eisenhower can get the running game flowing here in the second half like they did in the first and get these huge, 10, 9-yard runs, I'm not really sure Cambridge Springs will have a shot at coming back.
Well, you got to say here, I mean, as it stands right now, this is a win almost on this possession for the Knights.
Yeah.
I mean, gaining 18 yards as it stands right now. And the give is to Bauer again, right up the gut. Only needed a yard, and he got it. So another Tie Nested Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower.
That would be a nice first down.
13 first down so far this game for the Knights.
First and 10 from their own 21. As we tick under 5 minutes to go here in the Freedom Investment Management Group third quarter from Eisenhower Knights, leading Cambridge Springs 20-7. And Pascuzzi back to pass. Flush rolls right, fires downfield for Lookenhouse, and it is knocked away. Good play there by, I believe that was Knaus, number 7, coming up with the pass breakup.
Yeah, just got the tips of his fingers on that ball enough, or I'm not sure if he touched the ball or if he just got his hand in the way, but it was enough to distract Lookenhouse from making that catch, because if he did,
if he makes the catch, he's gone. But brings up second and 10 for Eisenhower. And it looks like they were holding up play. Couldn't see what for, but we are ready to go now. And Pascuzzi going to pitch to Bauer down the sideline. Benji Bauer still going. And the flag comes out late. So we're gonna tack on some more here. That big run from Benji Bauer, who started this drive for the Knights with the interception at the 1, has now taken them all the way down into Cambridge Springs territory at the, looks like the 31 is where they're marking them down. And some extracurricular activity is going to cost the Blue Devils more yards.
Well, and you know, I'm not giving the Blue Devils a free pass, but that can happen when you're in a game where you've shown a little bit of life and you're still within a couple of scores, and then you give up that big carry. You just get that desperation, and that makes you do silly things. Hopefully it was a one-off, and we don't see any more of that. It's just an emotional reaction.
So it is 1st and 10 for Eisenhower from the Cambridge Springs 17 on a drive that started at their own 1-yard line. Knights are now in the red zone. And the we're waiting here as the chain gang hasn't quite caught up to that Bauer run. And they're in position now.
Benji Bauer has 15 carries, 139 yards.
And he's going to add some more right there off left tackle down to the 12. So another 5 for Benji Bauer.
And that'll put the Knights at 277 rushing yards so far in this game.
And it looks like Cambridge Springs is going to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll take it with them. We'll be back. More high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Do you know an athlete who goes above and beyond in competition in their life? One who shows sportsmanship, compassion for others? The Brooks Huar Lebeter Sportsperson of the Year Award is made for them. The Brooks Huar Lebeter Sportsperson of the Year Award is for a high school athlete who has competed in at least one full season in either District 9 or District 10, and who displays the qualities of being a good person, leader, community-minded, and wanting to make a difference. To donate to the Scholarship Fund or to find out more about the award, go to yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Just under 4 minutes to go here in the Freedom Investment Management Group third quarter from Eisenhower. The Knights leading Cambridge Springs 20-7 and are marching down the field. Benji Bauer interception at the 1-yard line, and then a big run from the Knights tailback has Eisenhower in business. It is 2nd and 5 from the Cambridge Springs 12.
Yeah, 88 yards off of 5 plays, 15 of those yards, the penalty on the extracurriculars there. But it's been Lindell and Bauer have made up those other 73 yards.
So 2nd and 5 coming up. And fake to Bauer, give to Ekstrom off right tackle. Ekstrom shakes and bakes, still going down to the 5-yard line for Keegan Ekstrom. And that is another Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower. It is 1st and goal from the 5. And what a turn of events this would be after Cambridge Springs recovered a muff punt on the 9. Eisenhower with the interception at the 1 now has 1st and goal from the 5. Pascuzzi fakes, rolls, has a man, and just off the hands. Looks like that was Chris Bunk, the big tight end. I know they're expecting big things from Bunk this year at the tight end position. Big, lengthy receiver, and like you said about Lookenhouse, another one of those tall Eisenhower receivers, plays basketball, can get up there with the best of them.
Yeah, and I like the play call there. It's kind of low risk. I mean, you have a pretty good lead. You're down real close to the end zone, and let's face it, you want to get some of these. You want to run some of these plays now because there's going to be points down the line where you have to run these plays, and you don't want it to be the first time. So it's a good game time experience play call.
So 2nd and goal now for the Knights. And this time they will pitch it to Bauer, and he is tripped up but does fall forward to the, looks like the 3.
Number 22, Gorton hunted him down pretty nicely. That falls down about the 3-yard line now.
And that was Josh Gorton able to trip up Bauer on that play. But it is 3rd and goal now from the 3. Fully expect this is 4-down territory for Eisenhower if they don't get it here.
I would think it's 4-down territory, and I would also think that they're going to run the ball. But boy, that Lookenhouse over there all by himself, that, like you were saying earlier, that's just tempting.
And Pascuzzi just going to take it himself right up the gut. Down close to the goal line, but not quite there. Looks like he is just shy. So it's 4th and goal from about the half-yard marker here. As we've hit 2 minutes to go here in the Freedom Investment Management Group 3rd quarter. For all your financial needs, go to freedomwealthcoach.com. Again, I want to thank the Hub at PF and Russell for helping bring us tonight's game. So big 4th down play here. And Pascuzzi again going to keep it himself, and this time he is in. Pascuzzi on the half-yard keeper. And getting some love from the Pigpen student section out here at Eisenhower. And it'd be Cole Kellogg on for the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. 1:26 to play here, 3rd quarter. Eisenhower 27, Cambridge Springs 7. This is high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF and Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
And 1:26 to go, 3rd quarter. A Sean Pascuzzi 1-yard keeper has given Eisenhower a 27-7 lead over Cambridge Springs in this Week 2 matchup in District 10. Brian Hagberg and Cody Elms with you here for the YDL Sports Network. Reminding you, don't forget to tune in at 10 o'clock tonight as the YDL Sports Network presents the High School Football Extra Point Show with JB Graphics, powered by Generational Wealth Management. Scores, analysis, player and coach interviews, and more, all coming up at 10 o'clock. And Kellogg actually kicks it deep this time. And Jones shaking and baking. And the ball came out. I looked at the end. But Cambridge Springs able to come up with it, so they will maintain possession here.
So after that Bauer interception on Cambridge Springs' last drive, obviously the Knights went down the field, 99 yards. Benji Bauer just just trying to top his interception. He had 5 carries, 65 of those 99 yards on the ground. A heck of a night for him. And the Knights so far have 289 rushing yards.
And as we talked about in the open, lots of ground game being shown here. Appleby in the gun, and he will give to Jones. He's trying to spin away and somehow stays on his feet and then is taken down.
Well, he must have a grip on that ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like somebody just had ripped his arm completely away from his body, but Jones able to hang on to it. And he does get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Cambridge Springs as we're under a minute to go here, third quarter. You know, and again, the other thing with a lot of these Eisenhower offensive possessions, they're just chewing clock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously a 99-yard drive, you're going to take up a lot of time, but and Appleby back to throw, rolling to his left, and he is hit and dropped behind the line.
Boy, he got spun around fast and hard on that.
Mike Beaver in on the sack. Drops Appleby for about a 6-yard loss there, makes it 3rd and 16. And that is going to do it for the third quarter here from Eisenhower. We head to the fourth. The Knights 27, the Blue Devils 7. High school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
Fourth quarter just about to get underway here from Eisenhower High School, where the Knights lead the visiting Cambridge Springs Blue Devils 27-7. Our fourth quarter tonight brought to you by Warren Tire Center. For all your automotive needs, look no further than Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, and so much more. There's no reason to go anywhere but Warren Tire Center in Warren. Check them out online at warrentirecenter.com. Big thanks to Corky and the crew down at Warren Tire Center. Been big supporters of us here on the YDL Sports Network and at yourdailylocal.com since day one. And we can't thank them enough for all their support.
Hard to believe it's been, 3 years, Brian?
Yeah, this is our third year broadcasting games together, Cody. I'm surprised you put up with me this long.
I don't have anything else to do.
Well, we're friends today, but Sunday night we're going to be enemies because that's when, the real action happens in our fantasy football drafts. So.
Yes, it does.
3rd and 15 coming up for Cambridge Springs. Appleby in the gun. High snap, drops back, fires, looking for Jones, but overthrew him.
Jones got caught up there with the defenders all kind of converged on him.
And that will make it 4th and 15. I imagine we'll see the punting unit here for Cambridge Springs. Now you wonder if the Eisenhower coaching staff has had a little chat with Keegan Ekstrom about whether or not to field some of these bouncing kicks or just let them roll.
Yeah, I would say with a 27-7 lead, there's no need to make a play. So unless you can make a clear play, I'd let it roll.
And kick is away, and not going to matter because this one goes out of bounds.
Not the time to have a bad punt for Cambridge Springs.
And there is a player down for Cambridge Springs back at the 35.
It's Colt Proper.
And trainers are tending to him. And we will take a quick break. High school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. The Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. The 2023 camp will be the 20th year for the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, and we'll have a star-studded lineup of clinicians. The camp will once again be held in Port Allegheny, Pennsylvania from June 19th through the 23rd, 2023. Check us out online at teambruno.com and like us on Facebook. Hope to see you there at the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp in Port Allegheny, PA.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School. Proper was able to walk off under his own power. Always good to see. Knights take over 1st and 10 from their own 47, leading 27-7, just underway in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. And Pascuzzi back to throw, looking, fires over the middle, nearly intercepted.
I don't like the play call, and they're very lucky that it didn't get turned over.
And that was Brandon Webster. Looked like that pass was thrown to him, and he just couldn't come down with it. So the Knights get new life here, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they went down the field 99 yards. Granted, they had a 15-yard penalty, but they did the rest all on the ground. I don't really see a reason to pass there, but I guess maybe keep the defense on their toes.
Pitch to Bauer off left tackle, splits the defense. Benji Bauer in the open field.
And Benji Bauer doesn't see a reason to pass either.
And Bauer down to the Cambridge Springs 32. Another Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower. And there is a penalty flag way over on the far side of the field. Way down back. And that is a hold against the Knights. So wipe out that big run from Bauer. That one's going to come way back. So it was 2nd and 10 from the 47. It's now going to be, ball's going to be placed at the 34. So make that 2nd and 23, if I'm mathing correctly.
Math is correct. The English might not be.
Maybe 22, 23, somewhere.
So 2nd down, Pascuzzi dump off the screen pass to Bauer. Has a little trouble corralling it, but brings it in. And he gets back out almost to the original line of scrimmage. It's a solid pickup there on the screen pass.
Get some of it back. 3rd and 11.
So it'll be 3rd and long for the Knights. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. Visit them online at lutonsplumbing.com. 3rd and 11 now for the Knights. Leading 27-7 here in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. Pascuzzi back to pass. Steps up, fires, and incomplete.
Boy, that was a bullet. Looking House was
double coverage. Yep.
Both had the same thought there, Brian.
That's that 3 years of working together.
Yeah.
The first punt of the night.
And so Eisenhower going to send on the punting unit for the first time this evening. It will be Benji Bauer back to kick and Van Jones back to receive for Cambridge Springs. And Bauer gets the kick away. Going to let it bounce, and it takes an Eisenhower roll down to the 24-yard line. That's where Cambridge Springs will take over.
Boy, Benji Bauer, interception, been running all over the field. He's got some touchdowns, nice punt. Kid's doing it all.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Cambridge Springs from their own 24. Just over 10 minutes to go here in this game. And I mean, one big play and Cambridge Springs is right back in this.
Oh, certainly. They got to hit those open receivers. I mean, that's at this point with just, just like you said, over 10 minutes to go, they can't afford to go 3 and out, 3 incomplete passes.
That will be back to pass. Gets it off to Bryce Kenya and then taken out of bounds. Cameron Jacobzak on the tackle there. Short gain of about 5.
5 yards there, 2nd and 5.
Actually gave him 6 out to the 30.
Got out of bounds, clock stops.
Appleby in the gun again. High snap is over his head, and Appleby's wisely just falls on it. But a big loss. Again, the Blue Devils going backwards. Been a theme all night for them.
They had minus 13 yards coming into this game. That's not going to help. Or coming into this drive.
And now they are back to the 19. So it'll be 3rd and 15. Another Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning 3rd down coming up. And we've got a timeout by Cambridge Springs. We'll be back with more high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxborough.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
And we're back here, 9:27 to go in the Warren Tire Center 4th quarter from the Pasture of Pain in Russell, PA. The Eisenhower Knights leading the visiting Cambridge Springs Blue Devils 27-7 in this District 10 matchup. Both teams looking to go 2-0 on the season. Knights just a shade over 9 minutes away from reaching that goal. 3rd and 15 coming up for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I would say if Eisenhower is able to stop the Blue Devils here, they have a pretty solid feeling winning this game with as much time they've been able to run off the clock.
And Appleby back to pass. They set up the screen. It is complete, and some blockers in front. A big gainer on the screenplay there. That was Tristan Mazadra on the reception. And he's going to be very close to 1st down yardage and does, in fact, have it. It is a Tionesta Builders 1st down for the Blue Devils. So big gain there on the screen.
First down all the way up to the Eisenhower 34-yard.
So 1st and 10 now from the Cambridge Springs 34.
Down to 9 minutes to play.
And Appleby throws again. He's got Gorton. Gorton down the sideline. And he's going to have another 1st down for Cambridge Springs.
Did he get out of bounds there? Hard to tell from this side of the field.
He did get out to the 46. Looks like that's where they're going to spot him. So a couple of big gainers back-to-back here for Cambridge Springs.
And this is exactly what Cambridge Springs needs to do. They just keep the plays short and sweet, keep the passes on the mark, and they could make this a ball game here in the final minutes of the fourth quarter.
And it's been the passing game. Appleby back to pass again. Has Van Jones. Jones breaks a tackle. Gets on the far sideline.
Up over the Eisenhower side of the field. The 45-yard line.
And he's out to the Eisenhower 46 is where they're going to put that. It's about a 7-yard pickup. 2nd and 3 now for Cambridge Springs. And Appleby going to bring it down himself. Was in trouble. Gets out across the line of scrimmage.
Well, he got a first down.
But does look like another Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Cambridge Springs.
Well, and Eisenhower had him in the backfield too. Appleby showed some elusiveness there to get through. I counted 3 or 4 defenders surrounding him.
Tucked it at the absolute last moment and was able to pick up the first down. But it is a first down for Cambridge Springs. As we approach 8 minutes to go here in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. Appleby back to pass again. Fires over the middle. Has Van Jones. And Jones comes up with it. Great catch there. And another big gainer in the pass game for Cambridge Springs.
Ball marked now down to the Eisenhower.
And that's down to the Eisenhower 23. But again, time becoming a factor here for Cambridge Springs. They're going to have to score in a hurry if they want to come back into this game. Appleby again in the gun. Drops back to pass. Looking for the end zone. Has a man. It's Kenya. Did he come up with it? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Cambridge Springs. Kenya's second of the game. This one from 23 yards.
I believe that was number 32, Kenya, for Cambridge Springs.
It's just as I said, they needed to score quickly, Cody. 23-yard touchdown strike from Appleby to Kenya, their second hookup of the game.
Yeah, Appleby was perfect passing on that drive.
And it will be Kenya on to attempt the point after.
Kenya's going to come out to kick again.
Kick is up. And good for Kenya. And so Cambridge Springs inches closer in this game. Fourth quarter, Eisenhower 27, Cambridge Springs 14. We'll be back with more high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. You like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
7:30 to play in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. Eisenhower 27, Cambridge Springs 14. Morgan Appleby and Bryce Kania just hooked up for their second touchdown pass of the game. This one 23 yards to make it a two-score game.
Yeah, on that drive, Brian, Appleby 6 for 6. He had 83 yards in the air, 2 passes of 20 and 23 yards, and he also had a 15 and 12-yarder. So these weren't just little dink and dunk passes. He was eating up some yards, which helps with the clock situation as well.
And again, Time is not Cambridge Springs' friend right now. Need to get 2 more scores in the next 7.5 minutes.
This is where Eisenhower needs to be smart with the football. Don't do anything unnecessary. Just play solid, smart football, and they should be able to wrap this game up.
And you wonder if we'll see a squib or an onside kick here from Cambridge Springs. Kenya does. And Knights wisely just fall on it. Down at the Cambridge Springs, looks like the 44. Actually, going to put it right on the 45. And that's where Eisenhower will take over and wasting little time getting to the line of scrimmage. So Pascuzzi with Lindell and Bauer in the eye. Lookenhouse split to the far side. And the pitch is to Bauer. Off left tackle, plows into the defense and keeps those feet chugging. Out across midfield to the Cambridge Springs 48. So 7-yard pickup on first down for Benji Bauer. And 7 hard yards there for Bauer, who's had a monster night for the Knights.
Yeah, that puts him over 150 yards rushing on the evening on 18 carries.
2nd and 3. Give right up the middle to Lindell. Not much there. Looks like he got about a yard on the play. We'll make it 3rd and 2. Are you surprised a little bit at the speed with which Eisenhower is conducting this drive? I mean, they've run 2 plays already and have just taken a minute off the game clock.
I think the Knights want to keep the clock rolling, but they also understand that if they're not trying to score, it's still a relatively close game. So they still want to put the ball in the end zone and keep that momentum going.
Give to Bauer off left tackle. He spins away from the tacklers, almost broke it free, but regardless has the first down for the Knights. And he will get out to the Cambridge Springs 36.
36-yard line.
Yeah, whether you're passing the ball or you're running the ball, if you can get into a quick, repetitive rhythm, everything seems to just run like a well-oiled machine, and we're seeing that right now, especially with Benji Bauer.
And they will give to Ekstrom off left tackle. Cuts back. And Ekstrom trying to push the pile a little bit.
Inside cutback ran by Ekstrom.
And he gets down to the 29. 7-yard pickup on first down. Makes it 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
The Knights have eclipsed 300 yards rushing. They're at 315 so far.
Again, Lindell and Bauer in the eye. Lookenhouse split far side. And the give is to Bauer off left tackle. And he plows ahead. Looks like he has enough yardage for another Eisenhower first down. Right down to the 25. It is a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower. And this drive is being built by Ty Nesta Builder Supply with locations in Shippensville and Ty Nesta. Visit them online at tynestabuilders.us. And now we talked about those first 2 plays only taking a minute. The Knights have now chewed up 3 minutes of game clock and still driving. Give us to Bauer right up the gut. He plows into the pile. Tries to go forward with it. Not much there. Pick up of about 2 on that play.
Couple yards of positive traction there.
No, I wouldn't put it past Eisenhower to possibly try a quick pass or a screen or something. I don't expect to see some long developing play, but I really would not be shocked if they put it in the air here.
I was just going to ask, do you take a shot? I mean, do you try, getting some of your receivers? You've seen them go up and get the ball, but
I think you've ran enough time off the clock where you could risk it.
Toss to Bauer, left side. And he's just running through tackles right now. Again, close to another first down. Right down to the 15.
And it is a first down.
And that is another tie us to Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower. And they are right at the 15. So again, they could pick up one more first down here without scoring. And the give is to Ekstrom, trying to find the edge. Keegan Ekstrom. And picks up about 6. And good pursuit there by Preston Gorton from Cambridge Springs.
Yeah, it looked
Just
like
stayed
Ekstrom
with him, right? Strung it right out. Didn't let him get the edge.
It looked like Ekstrom didn't have anybody in front of him, and then there was a white jersey closing in on him.
Pick up a 6 on the play. It's 2nd and 4. Ekstrom in motion. Give is to Bauer. Right off the left tackle. He tried to move the pile a little bit more. This time Cambridge Springs said no. Picked up, looks like a yard. Make it 3rd and 2 now for Eisenhower. We are under 2 minutes to go here in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. Eisenhower trying to wrap up this victory. Pitch to Bauer, and he fumbles it. Picks it up. No, he lost it again. And now it looks like Cambridge Springs fell on it. And they did. Big play by the Blue Devils defense there as Bauer just couldn't secure the football.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate end because Bauer's had such a great night, both offensively, defensively, even special teams with a nice punt. So you hate to see his night potentially end on that fumble, but the saving grace is there's 1:45 left, and barring a huge play here on the next couple plays, Eisenhower has this game locked up.
And Cambridge Springs was able to go down the field thanks to their passing game. But like you said, Cody, the problem with it was a lot of dump offs, a lot of short passes. They need to hit something big out of the gate here. Appleby back to pass. Under pressure, gets it away, but nobody home. We'll make it 2nd down and 10 from the 10.
This is not over yet. We've seen lots of games where a lot was done in very little time.
So 2nd and 10, 1:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, want to remind everybody, coming up at 10 o'clock, so just under an hour from now, the YDL Sports Network presents the High School Football Extra Point Show with JB Graphics, powered by Generational Wealth Management. Scores, analysis, interviews, and more. Again, coming up at 10 o'clock, that pass caught by Jones. What a catch there. But not for much yardage, and he didn't get out of bounds.
Nice catch by Jones, but he was brought down very quickly. Couldn't see a number out there. But
So clock's still running here, and Cambridge Springs not in any particular hurry to get this 3rd down play.
which is very important because the clock just keeps going.
Well, the likelihood that they're going to be able to put multiple touchdowns on the board is pretty much nil. So there's not a reason to rush, but you still want to run through your offense. You still want to try to accumulate some yards and end on a positive note.
Appleby back to pass, rolls, fires downfield, has Preston Gorton. The catch is made. So solid pickup there for Gorton. Will give Cambridge Springs a tie nest to Builder Supply first down and some extra yardage as Eisenhower's going to get flagged for roughing the passer on top of it.
Looks like a penalty back where it may have been a hit on the quarterback, too. Yep, we are roughing the pass.
So add another 15.
Add 15
And again, Cody, that's why you got to kind of question the lack of urgency there. They burned about 20 seconds. Now all of a sudden, you'd be looking at this first down from the 42 with closer to a minute 20 as opposed to under a minute to play.
Yeah, it's certainly questionable. I can see where they were trying to be maybe realistic, but at the same time, now they're in a great position.
Appleby back to pass again over the middle and nearly picked off by Pascuzzi. Pascuzzi was ready to call game on that one, but just went through his fingers. And good recovery there by Ethan Kunas to knock it away.
I'll tell you, Brian, Appleby's passes have gotten better and better as this game has gone on, and it's likely because he's thrown 24 of them.
Yeah.
Something he didn't have to do in his previous match.
And not something Cambridge Springs is known for doing, generally speaking. Back to pass again. Now, this time he's hit and wrapped up. And guess who? Benji Bauer. One of the Cambridge Springs linemen a little slow to get up.
Cambridge Springs calls their final timeout.
And they are going to take a timeout. Cambridge Springs going to take a timeout. We're just going to stay right here. But, oh, man, Benji Bauer just came flying through that line, was right up in Appleby's face as soon as he got the snap.
Well, he maybe a little bit of pent-up anger over the fumble earlier. He's not going to let these guys go down the field and score off of his turnover.
And so, again, just kind of putting the exclamation point on what's been a fantastic game for Benji Bauer. And just a solid all-around performance for Eisenhower tonight.
It has been, and this was really going to boil down to who was more physical, and Eisenhower has been more physical in every facet of the game. Offense, defense, at the line, in the secondary, they've broken up passes. They haven't allowed a lot of big gains when they do get through that first level of defense. So pretty solid game by Eisenhower outside of some fumble issues and penalty issues. But that's something that, might fix itself as the season goes on.
And I do want to take a second and say thank you to the Hub at PF & Russell, Warren Tire Center, Park Avenue Motor Car, All-American Awards and Engraving, Icy Ink, Elwood National Forge, the Computer Guru of Lieber, the Rehab Centers, and all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's ball game. Appleby back to pass again, looking for Kenya, and this time nothing doing. And that was a fourth down play, so.
We've got just under 39 seconds, 38.9 to beat.
Or excuse me, that was third down. It is now 4th and 17.
The ball is resting just shy of the Cambridge Springs.
It is at the Cambridge Springs 35-yard line. As Eisenhower about 30 seconds away from wrapping up victory number 2 on the season. And we've got a flag before the snap. And that is a delay of game on the Blue Devils. Not anything majorly important, just going to back it up 5 yards as they appeared ready to punt.
Move ball 5 yards back.
And Eisenhower defensively looked like they were playing that one ready for a fake. So,
well, and the likelihood they fake is probably little, but you don't want to get burned, especially you don't want to end the game like that.
And they do kick it. It's blocked.
But you do want to end a game like that.
And recovered by the Knights inside the 5. And as you said, Cody, the Knights ending the game the way they wanted to. There's about 4 of them in there on that block.
I think Bunk was the first to the ball, but I'm not sure if he's the one who got his hand on it.
It is first and goal from the 2.
So now the question is, you're at the 2. Do you just kneel or do you try to get one of your guys another score?
Let's see. Got the offense out there. And Pascuzzi is going to take a knee. So the Knights will
that's likely
go into the locker room with a victory. Eisenhower improves to 2-0 on the year. Cambridge Springs falls to 1-1. We'll be back here next week as the Knights welcome in Union City for a Region 2 showdown. And Cody and I will be here to bring you all the action on the YDL Sports Network. But right now, your final from Eisenhower, the Knights 27, Cambridge Springs 14. We'll be back with the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg postgame show right after this on the YDL Sports Network.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
With locations in Shippensville and Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
Icing Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. Do you like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Welcome into the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg post-game show from here at Eisenhower High School, where the Knights have just defeated the visiting Cambridge Springs Blue Devils 27-14. Let's take a look at our final game stats brought to you tonight by the Brooks Hugh R. Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. For more information, go to yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award.
Well, the Knights racked up 441 total yards, 337 of them on the ground, 104 in the air. Pascuzzi with that 104 yards passing. He went 6 for 14 and threw for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown and had 8 carries for 27 yards. But it was Benji Bauer who was the leading rusher off of 23 carries. He had 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lindell had 7 carries for 66, and Ekstrom had 7 carries for 59. Ekstrom also caught that Pascuzzi touchdown pass. On the Cambridge Springs side of the ball, Appleby was their big offensive weapon. He was 13 of 25, threw an interception, and threw for 2 touchdowns. Gorton had 4 receptions for 55 yards, and Bryce Kenya had 4 receptions for 52 yards, in both of those touchdown passes.
All right, those are our final game stats. Again, brought to you tonight by the Brooks Hugh R. Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. For more information, go to yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award. Let's take a look at our scoring summary. Brought to you tonight by Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care, exceptionally close at Warren General Hospital.
So in the first quarter, it was the Knights who started things off with a touchdown run by Benji Bauer, 2 yards, and Kellogg got the point after. That was at 7:12. At 4:03, Keegan Ekstrom caught a 33-yard pass from Pascuzzi. Kellogg got the kick on that to make it 14-0. Getting into the second quarter, it was finally Cambridge Springs' time to score. With 9:32 left, Bryce Kenya caught an 11-yard pass from Appleby, and Bryce Kenya also kicked the point after. It was 14-7. Later on in the second half, with a $1:47 to go, Benji Bauer again with a 2-yard run. The kick failed, but the Knights held a 20-7 lead going into halftime. After the half, on the 99-yard drive that left 1:29 on the clock, Pascuzzi finished it off with a 1-yard touchdown run. Kellogg got the kick. And to top it off, 27-14 for the Cambridge Springs Blue Devils with 7:30 to go. Bryce Kenya got his second touchdown of the game from Appleby, a 23-yarder, and Bryce Kenya also got the kick.
All right, that was our scoring summary, again brought to you tonight by Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care, exceptionally close. And now, Cody, our favorite part of the postgame show, where you get to tell us who is tonight's Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxborough.
I got to go with Benji Bauer. He was all over the field. He had his only misstep was a fumble late in the game, deep in Cambridge Springs territory. But other than that, I mean, he had a nice punt. He had an interception that led to a 99-yard touchdown drive that he was a huge part of. And he had 181 yards rushing. You can't ask for a better performance in every facet of the game than what Benji Bauer gave tonight. So he's easily player of the game.
And had that sack that led to the block punt to end it. So
he had the big sack to end it.
All right, our Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg, Eisenhower's Benji Bauer. Don't forget, folks, coming up at 10 o'clock, just about a half an hour from now, the YDL Sports Network presents High School Football Extra Point Show with JB Graphics, powered by Generational Wealth Management. It will be on the YDL Network, the YDL Sports Network, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter feeds, as well as on the D9and10sports.com website and your daily local social media as well. For Cody Elms, this is Brian Hagberg saying thanks, everyone, for watching, and enjoy your holiday.